So for anyone who's not familiar with CommandBox, CommandBox is a free open source command line tool for Cold Fusion developers, whether you're Lucy or Adobe Cold Fusion, it doesn't make any difference. And one of the many things CommandBox lets you do is start up servers. And the great thing about CommandBox is you just tell it what you want and it gets it for you. So you tell it, I want an Adobe Cold Fusion 11 Update 5 server running on OpenJDK 11, and CommandBox gives that to you. And you can type in a single line and it does exactly that for you, right? So CommandBox can download Lucy server, Lucy Lite images, all the Adobe Cold Fusion images back to Cold Fusion 9. You just tell it what you want and it goes and it gets it. And it can also install any version of Java, OpenJDK 8 through I think 13, uses the Adopt OpenJDK API. And so CommandBox fully automates this. And what we have at Ortus is Docker images, which are based on CommandBox. So we take everything CommandBox does, the ability to point to a directory of code and say, give me a server in this directory, and it just spins to life. We've wrapped that up in Docker as well. So everything you can do in CommandBox, you can also do in Docker. So I have a folder here that I created earlier today, and I just dumped a ColdBox sample application. To be clear, you do not have to be using ColdBox at all. CommandBox is purely a standalone application. I just wanted something pretty to show whenever the browser window opened up later. So in order to use FusionReactor with your CommandBox servers, and with CommandBox, you don't have a single monolithic server that you run all your sites on. You start up little individual servers for however many projects you want to work on. Each is a separate Java process. That way they're fully isolated. They can be on different versions of Cold Fusion. It doesn't matter. So to use FusionReactor is incredibly easy. All you need to do is a one-time installation of a system module called CommandBox-FusionReactor. So if you type install CommandBox-FusionReactor, that will download this FusionReactor module and it will install it into CommandBox. So that's actually all you need to do. Every server I start from here on out for all of eternity will always run the latest version of FusionReactor. I don't need to touch any JVM args. I don't need to edit any properties files. I don't need to set environment variables. I have done everything I need to do to have the latest version of FusionReactor. Like when I say latest, I mean if they release FusionReactor 8.3.3 tomorrow and you restart your server, you've got it. You had to do nothing. You don't lift a finger. We automatically detect new versions when we download them. You'll want to go ahead and put in a license key. So when you install the FusionReactor module in the command box, that registers some additional commands for you, one of which is FR register. So you'll take your license key that you get when you either download the trial or when you purchase your license, and you can pass that into the FR register command, and that will store that license key. And any servers you start will just automatically use that license key. So all I have to do now is just start my server. Out of the box, we're going to get a Lucy 5.3 server just because I haven't asked for anything else in particular. And so once the server starts, there's a couple things if you're not familiar with CommandBox. Unfortunately, I can't really zoom in to make it look bigger, but you'll see a little icon just appear to my system tray, and it's a Lucy logo because I started a Lucy server. And in my other monitor, my browser window popped open. So here's my little sample ColdBox app that I just started up on Lucy. We don't really care about him, so I'll get rid of him. If I click on the icon, we have some options down here. I apologize, they're very small. I can stop the server. I can open up the Lucy administrator, the web root, different things. There's also an icon that gets added to this menu called Open FusionReactor. So the FusionReactor module contributes this icon here, and we can just jump into there we go with my browser window. That'll pop open FusionReactor.